Hello, welcome back to this week's episode of the Axemen podcast. Your host, Staff Sergeant Volk.
And Senior Airman Gastelum. Today we brought our TSgt Camden. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm TSgt Camden. I've worked at the Idaho Challenge Academy since 2014. Yeah.
So we'll get into the interview and ask some questions. The first question I want to ask you is, what made you want to start to work at the academy?
So when I was younger, so roughly at about 2012, I was going through a pretty rough time, which we don't need to super get into detail, but I needed to get through some stuff. And so one night I sat and I thought of I need to figure something out to get myself out of where I'm at right now, mentally, physically. And I thought about I need a goal, I need a life goal, and what is that life goal going to be? And so what I chose was I wanted to help as many people as I can before I die. And I've just kind of always done everything according to that goal, no matter what it is, it doesn't matter. So when I came up with that goal, I was working a decent job. It was just, for me, it was really boring. I couldn't do it. So I went to work at the prison in Orfino, and I really enjoyed that. I did, going through post, it was super fun. That's the police officer and standards training. I loved it. It was great. Learned a lot, which taught me rank and discipline, which led me down into the Army National Guard route. But going from working at the prison, a couple people left working at the prison to come work up here. And I started looking into it, what's the U Challenge about? And I really enjoyed what I read. So I first applied. I didn't get it my first job interview, then I applied again and I got it. And so I started in 2014, and this has been a decent career for me to further my life goal. So.
And this academy started at 14 Tech, I started in 2014?
Well, so Cadet started showing up in 2014.
Oh.
But there were staff here in 2013 doing training to get ready for the cadets to show up.
And one thing I want to ask is, how much has the academy changed since 2014? What's been the difference since you first started here?
So, rules and policies, for sure, that's changed a lot. But the academy in general has changed. We have used to be just the barracks and the ed center. There was nothing. There was no cadet trail. We just sat on this property here.
Oh.
There was none of that. So the STC shed was built in, I think, 2016. The cadet trail that goes all the way around the academy was built in 17 TAC 2. The cadet trail, part of it was started in 15 TAC 1, but we didn't have a laundromat, we didn't have the roof. It was just more of a flat roof, which made it hard in the winter. But a lot of things have changed. Back then, we only had 16 tech sergeants. 16. Maybe 18, I'm a little fuzzy on that. But now we have a decent showing. It's great. The coverage we have, the more we can help. So I'd say a lot has changed.
So compared to this class and the class of 14 TAC 1, what are the differences? Because I feel there'd be some differences because of the policies and procedures changing, new places, this and that.
So I wasn't here for 14-1, but I was here for 14-2. So really, it's not that the policies and procedures really change that much. Really, it's just minor things that change throughout cycle breaks and stuff. Really, what it ultimately boils down to is, as cadre, we have learned throughout the years of how to be good at what we do. So as a tech sergeant, you don't even really start to learn your job as a tech sergeant until 2 years into your job. This job, you're dealing with people, first of all, and not always adults, teenagers, right? And the most complicated creature in the world is teenagers, right? So you're dealing with teenagers, and so the way we used to do things was not necessarily different than how we do it now, but we're just a lot more refined now with how we do things. We're a lot more efficient with time hacks. When we have to issue IT, our IT is a lot more effective than it used to be. Our PT schedules are a lot better, because if you look at our weight loss records from 14.2 to now, we've improved so much. What else? Our elective classes that we offer, just the random classes that we have out there, that's something for the cadets to do, to look forward to. Boating class, that was never a thing back in the day.
100%.
100%, yeah.
And also like the thing in Walla Walla, where you go off campus, go to the community college.
Yep. So like those things didn't really happen back then because we were just getting off our feet. We were just getting into these positions and doing what we were doing. And so all that is changed now for the better. So overall, we've just got better at our jobs, just like you are at our careers, right? Like just like anybody would at anything. Like you start off pretty poor at PT because you never PT'd before, and then you get better the longer you do it.
Yeah, I can see that. And I just want to say like I always see like you are dedicated to the job and you actually like really like doing your job and you do a really good job. Like I said in the beginning that you wanted to do good for other people, and like I feel like you really do good for me and for the rest of the acts. Like I can see that in you. Like, you really like strive to see all of us succeed. Like
yeah, that's what I want.
I can see that too. Like someone here said that like you guys aren't here for just a paycheck. You guys are really here to like make our lives better, make us do better, and like, you guys show that too. You guys don't just you guys aren't just here for a paycheck. It's
we couldn't be.
Yeah.
With all the stuff as cadre that we have to see and do, and we couldn't just be here for a paycheck. I don't know of a single tech sergeant or cadre that could be and still be doing this job after a couple of classes. It just can't happen. If you're here for more than a couple of classes, it's pretty clear that you're not just here for a paycheck. You're here for the kids.
Being dedicated, because I can see it myself. Like since this round I got 14, I can see that. Like from my perspective, I can see like it's stressful for me. Just even being flight chief and having to deal with them every single day. I can see like imagine like all the cadre and stuff like having to go through that every single cycle, and that's
for me the hardest part was the starting over. So it's not like right now my job's easy. You guys are in permanent leadership. You guys make my job easy. Like all the hard work the cadre put into you guys in the beginning is showing now. Look at all the fun stuff we get. We went down to the fire pit. We do the Ranger rope bridge. We played Among Us yesterday. Just throwing that out there. Haha, Mitchell. No, I'm just kidding. So, look at all the fun stuff we get to do. That wouldn't be possible if the tech sergeants didn't put in the work early on, holding you to the standard, teaching you the standard, all of that. But now that you guys are there and we have our current leadership, you guys are taught how to do leadership. Most of you are born natural leaders anyway. So you guys make our job easier because now we can look more towards the other things we can do, not just constantly doing PT or just constantly sitting doing homework. We get to do the fun things, right?
Incentives.
The incentive type deals. And then for me, that's what I love. Once the flight starts to come together as a team, that's what I look forward to every class. A cadet asked me last night, like, what moment is your favorite moment this class? And I was like, it's not really a specific moment. It's anywhere from week 9 to week 18 once the flight starts becoming a team. And that's when it really starts to matter. But the hard thing is, for me as a cadre, and I feel like I do a pretty good job at it, but it's the immediately going from week 22 back into week 1 after 6 weeks of a cycle break is the starting all the way over. Like, where'd my good team of staff sergeants go from last class? Where did all the cadets go? I have to do this all over again. But, we come in and day out and we do it because it's what we do. It's our job. It's what we enjoy.
Would you have any advice for future cadets? Someone that wants to come with the academy?
Run a lot. Like, practice your cardio, push-ups, sit-ups, learn military rank structure and discipline. It doesn't have to be any specific branch. If you know any of it, that would help. And then
respect your leaders.
Respect your leadership. Yeah, especially when you get cadet leadership. Like, a lot of the times cadets will respect the tech sergeant because we're adults and not respect the cadet leadership because they're the same age. And that's not how it works. Like right now, I have a boss that's younger than me. Why does that matter? It doesn't. They're in that position for a reason. I'm going to follow my leadership. I'm going to follow my master sergeants, you know. That's what we do. It's our job. And there's a rank and structure for a reason. We have to follow it. So the other thing I would say, if you're struggling with finances before coming to the academy, like before week 1, whatever, go to Goodwill. Go to any thrift store. The black and whites don't need to be perfect. Just a long white sleeve T-shirt, a tie, clip on. Most kids don't know how to tie a tie anyway, so clip on works great. I mean, we'll teach you here, but and then black pants. And then just go to the dollar store for all the other stuff, especially if you're struggling with funding your money. Just that's it. Just make it as simple as you can. Just find what you can. None of the stuff needs to be perfect.
So this, like, by the time I wrap it up, so I want to say, I want to get some shout outs. I want to give a shout out to my mom for Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, and I wish I was with you, but I love you guys. And my mom. I love mom too.
Do you ever want to shout out TSgt?
Fiance, Marianne, Bessie, and my mom, Cindy Agella. Love you both. Thank you for being great moms. You guys are awesome.
I'd like to shout out my mom. It's Mother's Day. I love you. Thank you for being so supportive.
And without further ado, I'd like to end the video here. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn the post notification bell. Axemen. Out.